Alright, Brush Monkeys, we're back, and we're continuing the Rob Partha Forgotten Realms Heroes box set with this young lady. Her name's Alias, and she is apparently an artificial human constructed by sorcerers. She's got a lot of skin showing, which you can see I've already based in Wraithbone. Should be a fairly quick paint. I've got a lot of contrast paints set aside for this one, and just a few mundane paints, so she should go together pretty fast. Like I said, I've already got the skin based. The only part that really gives me pause is these laces on the side of her legs here. I don't think I've got a brush fine enough to actually paint those laces, so those may have to be represented by the shade wash. Once I get the Guilliman flesh on there, then where it pulls on either side of the laces is going to have to represent the lace. And she's got the same thing to a lesser degree on this side. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and pause and do up the skin tone on this, and probably the hair as well. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so I'll see you soon. Bye. Alright, Brush Monkeys, we've made some progress on our girl here. All the artwork I've seen of her showed her with red hair and a red cloak. It was red inside and out, so there was no different lighting color. And so to differentiate the two reds, I painted her hair with Blood Angels red, and dry brushed with Astrath red and a little bit of Rise of Rust. And then the cloak is Flesh Terrors red, which you know how big a fan I am. If you watch this channel, you know how big a fan I am of Flesh Terrors red for fabric. I think it looks fantastic. Skin's already done. Her face is all, yeah, trying to get that to focus. Eyes and cheeks are shaded, her lips painted. She's looking pretty good so far. I started to do the Basilicanum Gray for the steels, and while it looks okay on the sword, I'm not wild about it on the shield and the armor, because there's a couple little places where, like right in here, some of the flesh color got on the armor. Up here, some of the red got on the armor, on the shoulder pads. Got a little red on the armor here. And the Basilicanum Gray doesn't cover any of that up. So, unfortunately, it's still wet. So I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to go back and base coat all the armor and the shield and everything with Gray Seer, and then do the Basilicanum Gray over that, and see if that doesn't make a difference. Other than that, she's looking pretty good so far. I'm going to go ahead and pause here and let that stuff dry, and then, like I said, I'm going to rebase the armor with Gray Seer, and then paint it with the Basilicanum Gray, and all that will eventually be dry brushed with Necron Compound as well. So I will see you guys in a bit. Bye. Alright, I've made more progress on Alias here. As you can see, I rebased all the armor and the steel, and repainted it with the Basilicanum Gray. I think it looks a lot better now. There's none of the little caught pieces of other colors in there. I think it looks a lot better. I also painted her pants in Black Templar, so that's done. I also went through and based all the leather bits, her belt, the little dagger scabbard there, her boots, there's a little dagger in her boot there, the hilt of her sword, the bracelet she's wearing, all that. It's all going to be snakebite leather, so I went ahead and based all that in Wraithbone so it'd be nice and warm. I'm going to let the Basilicanum Gray and Black Templar dry for a little bit, and then I'll paint the leather bits, and then really all that's left to do is dry brush the armor and dry brush the steels with the Necron Compound, and then paint the hilts of her daggers and the pommel of that dagger, and the hilt and pommel of her sword gold. And then I really don't know what to do with the shield. All the artwork I've seen over just shows the shield like almost in this position, so you can't tell if it's got some design on it. I don't think it does, So I'm tempted to just leave it as a plain metal shield. But it seems kind of boring to do that. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something. Maybe I'll put a shield transfer on there or something. But I'll figure something out. In any event, there's how she looks so far. And we'll go ahead and pause, and then we'll come back and do the leather. Alright, see you soon. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, we're back. And as you can see, I got the leathers painted. And they're all looking pretty spiffy. So all that's left really is the metallics. I got the armor and the steels dry brushed, and also just because I can't leave well enough alone, I went ahead and applied a transfer to her shield. I decided since her hair was red and her cloak was red, she probably wanted red rose on her shield. And that's from the Sisters of Battle box set. It's one of the transfers I didn't use when I was painting up the Sisters of Battle a while back. So it's always good to hold on to things in your bits box, even transfers. And that's a good, it's a Tudor rose essentially, so it's a good generic heraldic device. I don't like leaving shields blank. I don't like not having heraldry when there's an option to have heraldry. I also don't have steady enough hands, as you've probably noticed from this camera work, to do this kind of thing freehand. So decals are a huge help for that kind of thing. So boom, she's got a rose on her shield now. The rest of her is looking pretty good. Like I said, I just have the golds to do on the hilt and pommel of her sword, the hilts and pommels of her daggers there. She's got one in her boot and one on her belt there. She's also got a little gold necklace and a gold clasp on her cloak. So I'm going to take a break and let the leather dry, and then we'll come back and do the golds on her. And then the basing is pretty much all that's left. And the basing I'm going to do with Dark Angel's green on the texture paste here with a dry brush of Niblet green, and then the base band here will be layered on in heavy black green from Vallejo Game Color. That's like my go-to base band color for grass bases. But as you can see, she's looking pretty good. Got a little bit of wet spot on the back of her cloak where the... That's not actually paint, that's just from the transfer, water slide transfer. Fortunately, the shield was flat enough that I didn't need a whole lot of microsol on the shield to get that design to lay flat. And it looks kind of shiny now, but when I spray the whole model with the Army Painter Anti-Shine, that'll knock that off, and it'll look pretty good. All right. So, taking a break, let the leather dry, and then we'll come back and do the metallics. Alright? See you soon. Bye. Alright, so we are very nearly done with Alias here. As you can see, I've painted her base. I've got the metallics all done. I put a bronze rim on her shield just to give it a little added interest. And she looks pretty good. So all that's left is to dry brush the base there and paint the base band. So the next time you see this young lady, she's going to be completely done. Alright? Cool. See you soon. Bye. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, the finished Alias from the Forgotten Realms Heroes box set. Raul Partha in 1984, I believe. 84 or 85, something like that. Made a couple little minor changes on her, but for the most part she looks like the cover art of the character from the books. So I'm pretty happy with how she turned out. So thanks for watching, and next week we'll wrap up the series with her companion, the Dragonbait is the guy's name. Paladin Dragonbait. I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like down below. If you want to be notified when new videos come out, click subscribe. Both of those help me with my YouTube numbers and help support me doing and what I do best. Speaking of which, if you want to support me more directly, you can visit my Patreon site and go on my Instagram page to see all the miniatures that I paint on this site and how to get your hands on one of your own if you want one. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. You can check both of those to see when new videos get posted. And visit my merch store at storefrontier.com/flyingmonkeystudios. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.